Good morning from the Bixby Bridge on the Pacific Coast Highway in California. We finally made it. So if you watched the previous vlog, you know we drove up Big Sur in the last vlog from Santa Barbara, and the goal was to reach the Bixby Bridge to see it in the daytime, and unfortunately it got dark. It got really dark, so dark in fact that we couldn't even see the bridge when we driven over it in the dark. It is currently 7:30 a.m. We have driven down from Carmel where we're staying. It was a 20-minute drive. I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's absolutely freezing. I thought it would be shorts weather this morning. I can confirm it is not shorts weather, but hey, I'm here. I'm a bit hyper. This fresh sea air is waking me up. So freaking beautiful. So the Bixby Bridge is a historical structure that is one of the most famous and scenic points on the Pacific Coast Highway. So the bridge was named after pioneer Charles Bixby, who fell in love with California, and I can see why he fell in love with California. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's so windy. We have made it to another insane viewpoint. Like, I can't believe what I'm actually seeing right now. But the Bixby Bridge over there is probably one of the most photographed points on this whole drive. It's named like the Gateway to Sur because after you drive over this bridge, you're pretty much in Big Sur, which is like this protected national park.
Fresh from the blessed Midwest, I am held by the forest where I go for rest, and washed by the waters of Lake Michigan. And wherever I go, I will return again to my home, the blessed Midwest, the blessed.
After catching a glimpse of the epic Bixby Bridge, we headed back to Carmel by the sea for a bit of breakfast and, of course, coffee.
Okay, so this has turned into one of those trips where I get people up at like 6 a.m. So bit of a later lay-in this morning. Like, my aim was to get up and go see sunrise at the Bixby Bridge. Getting up for like a normal day for me is like 6 a.m, which I get, that's not everyone's thing. So it's like 8:30 now. We're gonna go grab some well-needed coffee because I feel like I just cannot function without coffee, and just maybe have a little wander around Carmel by the sea, which is where we stayed last night. It's time to get toasty by the fire because it's absolutely freezing. We found a little cafe called Carmel Bell. This is the first time we've actually done breakfast in the morning. Usually we've been having Starbies, aka Starbucks. I'm a bit of a child, I keep calling Starbucks Starbies. I think it sounds cool. I'm so hungry right now, and I was really surprised to see that they did tofu scramble on the menu. I feel like I haven't eaten in ages. Just need a bit of food. Even just like... the bread is really sweet. The bread tastes like sugar. Welcome to America. Okay, breakfast and coffee is done. I'm feeling $1 million right now because I'm awake. I also forgot to mention, we are driving to San Francisco today. My initial impression of Carmel by the Sea is that it is so charming. I was doing some research and I also found that this town has no street addresses. Yep, you heard that right. I'm not gonna completely say it's completely true, but I did fact check it across a few websites. And the reason that there are no street addresses here is because in the early days, the city wanted to encourage its residents to get to know each other, and what better way to do that than at the post office? So typically houses are found by saying like 3 blocks that way or west of this building, and also a lot of houses apparently have house names as well. So if you're trying to identify them, although our hotel had an address, so I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but actually it had the name of the hotel, so it didn't have a street address. Interesting. Random facts with Dane. I think that coffee has really overhyped me right now. Definitely think that fact might be true because already I'm not seeing any mailboxes outside the houses here, and there's a few houses. There was a house called Doris. How cute is that? What better way to start your day than at the beach? We're gonna go for a little coastal walk, head back to the hotel, plan the rest of the day, and then make our way up to San Francisco. Still got tons of energy right now.
Oh, when I am weary. Travel far, now retreating. I've longed for this place.
And we are back in the car and Ben is back in the driver's seat. So the first thing that we are doing en route to San Francisco is a 17-mile scenic route called Pebble Beach, or you drive through Pebble Beach. So that will take us up to Monterey, where we're going to have lunch, and then we have a few more stops like Santa Cruz, Davenport Beach, and we're going to make our way to that Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, we have S Club 7 playing in the background because, you know, S Club 7 rules. Ooh, your guide to the 17-mile drive.
You might have to hop out of your car. I do not
have sweet. So it is $11 to do the 17-mile drive. It was something that was on a lot of itineraries and blog posts, so we're going to do it. I didn't realise you have to pay, but hey ho, let's go.
I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. 17-mile drive, beautiful, but was honestly a bit boring. I only included this as part of the itinerary as so many blogs mentioned it. It felt like a filler activity to me, and I will say if you do miss this one out, you're not missing much at all.
Okay, so I would give the 17-mile drive. I'd probably recommend giving it a miss because although it was scenic and it was beautiful, we were just basically driving around a big golf course and looking at, well, I'd say Big Sur was so impressive yesterday that nothing is really going to top that. So we are just on our way to Monterey right now, and yeah, we're gonna grab some lunch there probably. The next stop on our tour to San Francisco is Monterey. We've just parked at the Fisherman's Wharf. We're gonna have a little walk around. You can already see it looks very cute. Now, Monterey is very close to Carmel by the sea. It's like a 15-minute drive. I would definitely say, from looking on Google Maps like food recommendations and stuff, it's probably more like budget friendly and say my sort of vibe in Monterey. I found Carmel to be more, I'd say, bougier, very quaint. Still loved it. Great place to stay for the night, but next time I do it, I'd probably stay in Monterey just because looking on the map, they had so many more food options. We feel like we are just transported to a completely different place every day. This is totally different to Carmel and any of the other places that we have been to. So I think we're just gonna have a little wander around the wharf, see what we find, and then head for some lunch.
It's better without you.
So we're just walking through the wharf and it's definitely very cute here. I will say, if you're a fan of seafood, there is so many seafood restaurants and cafes around here, so definitely check that out. Asked in a few places, but I thought we went into a chocolate factory shop, but they didn't have any vegan chocolate. I'm just in like a really food mood. I finally had 3 full meals yesterday, so well done to me. I'm absolutely obsessed with that boat. I want to go live there, or maybe if it's on Airbnb, I want to Airbnb that one. So Monterey was mega cute. Feeling a bit tired now. We had some lunch and a really nice little hidden gem, I would say, called Paprika, and now we are just off to Santa Cruz. And it's crazy to think if we continued this drive in about an hour, we'd be in a final spot, San Francisco. So I'll see you guys in Santa Cruz. I'm feeling very tired right now, so we are gonna go find some coffee, and we'll try and find some coffee and have a nice little walk down the boardwalk. We've just arrived in Santa Cruz at the boardwalk. I think it's the most touristy thing you can do in Santa Cruz, California. Okay, I think this is my idea of absolute hell. This is becoming a daily necessity at this point. Coffee number 2.
Santa Cruz was a quick stop on this leg of the drive. After getting coffee, we wandered down the pier where we saw more sea lions before getting back in the car for the final stretch of the drive and a little sing-along.
And through it all, she offers me protect, and down the waterfall.
As the road trip was coming to an end, I couldn't help but think back on the journey we had just done. From starting in San Diego and doing things like hiking behind the Hollywood sign, being a kid in Pismo Beach, driving through Big Sur and seeing the famous Bixby Bridge. If you ever consider doing the Pacific Coast Highway road trip, don't even think twice, because it is stunning and you won't regret it.
Of Lake Michigan, and wherever I go, I will return again to my
Okay, so over 500 miles later, we have made it from San Diego to San Francisco. I'm kind of feeling really tired right now, but if you can see behind me, San Francisco! That was very loud. There's people around probably staring at me. But yeah, I am gonna end this video here. Tune in to the next video when we will be exploring San Francisco. We're here for the next few days until I get a flight somewhere else, which you guys will find out where that is. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a long day from Carmel. We saw the Bixby Bridge, we saw Monterey, saw some cool things, but yeah. We made it to San Francisco, so make sure you hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So take care and peace out.